companies are preparing for climate change. I'm not sure why the member for Chilliwack Hope still resists this consensus. The member from Chilliwack Hope, if you can imagine, Honourable Speaker, went into a so-called scandal from many years ago called ClimateGate. He said, quote, "A few years ago, there was a scandal involving the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change. In 2009 and again in 2011, there were hundreds of thousands of emails and other documents that were hacked from a server in East Anglia in England. They were made public, and they seemed to show that senior scientists who influence public policy on a global scale were pushing the bounds of scientific evidence and politicizing that issue." Honourable Speaker, the UK government looked into this so-called scandal and concluded that there was absolutely no evidence of wrongdoing in that scandal. The member read the headline on the Sun News website and then concluded that that was the end of the story. He should have Googled the UK government's investigation of the so-called ClimateGate, and then he would know that there was no scandal. And in fact, the Intergovernmental Panel on Climate Change is entirely complete in its integrity. Now, the last piece, and this is a very important piece to address from the member from Chilliwack Hope, the lead government speaker on this bill, who came to this House to convince us that climate change is not as urgent as people believe and that we should be very skeptical that it actually is human-caused. He said, "What gives me pause about the science of global warming is the ongoing debate within the scientific community itself. For example, the latest news at the end of September was from two scientists from Alabama who compiled NASA's satellite data to conclude that the Earth's temperature hasn't increased for the last 18 years. That, to me, is a problem for global warming," by which I can only take that he understands that to be a problem for the 97% of climate scientists who agree that human-caused climate change is a real thing. Honourable Speaker, I have to thank NASA again. They're not having a great day today. I'm sorry to hear that the launch did not go well for the International Space Station. I hope they deal with that quickly. But I can tell you, Honourable Speaker, that the members are also opposed to space exploration. That's interesting. We're moving backwards very rapidly on the other side of the House, Honourable Speaker. Honourable Speaker, NASA has also kindly provided on their website a link to the California Office of Planning and Research, a list of organizations from around the world that hold the position that, quote, "climate change has been caused by human action," unquote. The Science Academy in Chile, in Portugal, in the Dominican Republic, in Venezuela, Guatemala, Mexico, Bolivia, Peru, Senegal, France, the Academy of Arts, Humanities and Sciences